When I started my marketing agency, the thing that I hated the most was cold outreach. There was nothing that you could say to me to make me want to do cold outreach. And I had the skill. I knew how to run ads. And I felt like if there was an easy way to get clients that wasn't sending thousands of DMs or cold calling, I'd be fucking rich. I would have so much money because the service delivery is easy. I can just run the ads for the clients. I know how to do that, but how the fuck do I get them? And all of you are familiar with outbound, which is the main way you're going to be told to get clients. This is going to consist of like cold outreach, cold DMs, cold calling, things like that. And you're also probably familiar with the concept of inbound leads. And the two main ways to get inbound leads is going to be through referrals or connections with people that you know or your existing clients, or by running paid ads. And even if you're already making 10 to 15K a month, I don't think you want to spend 5K to test ads. You might be thinking, oh Josh, I run a marketing agency. I know how to run ads. I'll be able to get clients easily. I'll be able to print money like I do for my clients. But the problem is you run business to consumer ads for your clients, and you are going to need to run business to business ads for your business. B2C is bought off of impulse. Think about a $60 hoodie, or from necessity. Think a $15,000 roof. You can't live without a roof. But with B2B, your number one factor is going to be trust and your perceived value. This is easy to manipulate. That's why you probably see ads with crazy guarantees, hit $100,000 in 2 months, or we'll get you 10,000 new leads or you don't pay. But trust is really hard to build, especially in a short amount of time. And the time between someone first seeing your ad and clicking on it and actually being on a call with you is about 3 days. In those 3 days, you're gonna send them a ton of emails, a ton of text messages, send them a couple videos to watch, testimonials. And when you get on the call, even if you're an amazing salesman, they're gonna hit you with the I need to think about it. And this is just because they don't trust you yet. You can't force trust. Okay, so we don't wanna do cold calls. We don't wanna do any outbound. Referrals are unpredictable, and paid ads is its own monster that we're gonna have to face down the line. Now, there's actually a third way to get inbound leads, and this is through organic content. Now, the reason that organic content is amazing is number one, it's free to post. And number two, it's gonna compound over time, meaning the more videos that you post, the better it's gonna work. Now, before you start freaking out, talking about, I work with HVAC clients, my ICP is 50 years old, they're never gonna see me on Instagram. I've already figured out how to fix this. And me and my clients have signed hundreds of HVAC clients through this system. So let me break down this entire system step by step, the laziest way to get clients for your agency literally ever. First step, you're gonna need to set up your Instagram page. So it's important to have something there to build trust with the new traffic. How are we gonna build trust? You're gonna post value-based content on your Instagram. And when I talk about value-based content, it can't just be anything, it can't just be just ads, it needs to be niche specific. Post these videos 2 to 3 times every single day. It's okay if you're starting a fresh account with 0 followers. The only thing that's important is these 2 to 3 posts a day and that they're niche specific, providing value. You're probably thinking, Josh, 2 to 3 videos a day on Instagram is not gonna get me any clients. It's gonna take months for me to even start getting views. Or maybe you're thinking, yeah, I've been posting 2 to 3 videos a day for 6 months and I've never gotten a client. And here's where I'm going to introduce the most important part of this whole system. Your Instagram page is not where the clients are going to be coming from. This is just the middle of our funnel and where we are actually going to convert into clients. But our top of funnel is actually going to come from TikTok. TikTok's algorithm works completely differently than Instagram's. Instagram's algorithm is going to push your content to people who are similar to your followers. Meaning, in order to hit a really niche audience, you need to already have some sort of niche audience. If most of your followers on Instagram are your friends, maybe other agency owners, or just people who aren't your ICP, you are going to struggle a lot to actually break into this other market. TikTok's algorithm, on the other hand, is constantly showing you to new audiences. If you've ever noticed, it seems like there's a ton of viral videos on TikTok, but not as many on Instagram. And that's because TikTok will show you to everybody. Even if your ICP is between the ages of 30 and 60, you will still show up on their feed. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take advantage of both Instagram being such a good landing page, being able to have these videos up, people can scroll through and see that you know what you're talking about, and the top of funnel aspect from TikTok's algorithm to create this entire ecosystem for our agency. What I need you to do is spend 1 hour every day, every 2-3 days, going live on TikTok. This is gonna allow you to have these active conversations and send this traffic to your Instagram. Now, some people might average 5 viewers and all of them are in their niche, very easy to book meetings. Some people may average 100+ viewers and still only have a handful that are in your niche. It really doesn't matter. Every time you go live, you'll be shown to new people. Anyway, if you're consistent with this, you should have about 3 to 5 meetings booked every single week. And these people are going to get pre-sold from consuming all of this value-based content on your Instagram and from having this conversation with you on live. These meetings that are getting booked are not the same kind of meetings that you're taking when you do cold outreach. They are 100 times easier to close because like you guessed it, the trust is built. And when you have trust, everything else becomes a million times easier. With these 3 to 5 meetings, I'll expect you to close anywhere from 1 to 2 new clients. And I've made a lot of videos about how to increase how much you charge. So let's just assume you take my advice and you increase your prices with the right framing and positioning, charging anywhere from $2K to $5,000 per month. This is going to result in $2,000 to $10,000 in added monthly recurring revenue every week. Now you're either thinking one of two things. Number one, I need to go do this right now. Or you're thinking, that seems too good to be true. Why aren't you on TikTok Live right now? And let me tell you, I do go on TikTok Live. If you guys follow my TikTok, you'll see me on live multiple times a week. This is the exact system I use to build my Instagram up from absolutely zero. Like I mentioned about the compounding effect, now I have over 6,000 followers on Instagram. Every video that I post will get anywhere from 2 to 10,000 views, which means every day I'm gaining anywhere from 30 to 50 new followers. 30 to 50 new followers every day entering this value-based funnel that we already built is why I'm able to sustain $40,000 plus months, and I'm scaling my way to 100. Now, it's not easy. You have to be consistent. You have to be consistent with this more than anything. But the time investment is going to be less than cold outreach, and the monetary investment is going to be substantially less because it's fucking zero than paid ads. So let's just cover this one last time. Everyone tells you to do outbound to get clients. You've probably signed a couple clients from it, but it fucking sucks. Your only other options are relying on referrals or spending money on paid ads. Paid ads are really difficult to sign clients from because it's not the same as business to consumer. You're selling business to business. So instead of your sales coming from impulse or necessity, they're coming from trust and perceived value. And even if you can manufacture really high perceived value, building trust in a short amount of time is near impossible. Meaning, even with the best creative, the best VSL, the best nurture sequence, you're gonna get people telling you they need to think about it. So what we're gonna do instead is post organic content and build a personal brand. This is great because it's free and it's gonna compound over time, meaning the longer you do it, the better it's gonna work. You're gonna start by creating your Instagram page, making sure it's very niche specific, and you're gonna post 2 to 3 times a day, giving value. This is what's gonna nurture your traffic, build that trust, and eventually have them convert. The way that you're going to get that traffic is through TikTok. The reason that this works so well is because its algorithm is completely different than Instagram's. Instagram will show your content more to people who are similar to your followers, meaning if you have a lot of friends or agency owners following you, it's gonna be hard to break into your niche. But TikTok shows your content to everybody on the app. They are all about reach, meaning if your ideal client is anywhere between the ages of 18 to 65, you can get onto their page really fast. And yes, people over the age of 40 use TikTok. Now you just need to go live on TikTok a couple times every week. Send this traffic to your Instagram to build that trust with you. This is gonna allow for 3 to 5 meetings to get booked every single week, and they're gonna be pre-sold from consuming all of your content. This is gonna allow you to sign 1 to 2 new clients every week. And if you take my advice on pricing and positioning, you'll be able to charge $2,000 to $5,000 a month for these clients. Meaning, even if you have a slow week, you should be adding at least $2,000 in monthly recurring revenue. As your Instagram starts to grow, you'll start to get inbound leads coming without having to go live. And this is where you're going to be able to scale to those $100,000 months the lazy way, with no cold outreach and no paid ads. Now, if you guys have any questions about this process, just reach out to me on Instagram. I'll be happy to give you any insights that I can with your niche specifically, what the content should look like, etc. And if you want to work with me to implement this system with you to ensure that it works, there's a link for you to book a call so we can have a quick conversation and see if I can help you out. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you soon.